Good morning from Central Monrovia. This is a pleasant welcome to the Freedom News Archive. The Freedom News Archive is a 1 full hour of news magazine program that highlights all the major happenings during the week in our news development. Today is May 27th, AD 2023. We are your presenters Gerard Morris and
Stephen Compton.
The top stories we are following this morning on the Freedom News Archive. During the week, the National Elections Commission released preliminary results of Phase 2 of the biometric voters registration exercise in the remaining 9 political subdivisions of Liberia.
A Liberian based in the United States of America donated an ambulance worth US $21,000 to an organization named and starred Kapau Secure Liberia.
Government lawyers are during a week fight to the Supreme Court with a petition for a writ of prohibition surrounding the just ended 100 million United States dollars cocaine case at the criminal court. See the details of this development, the voices beyond the news. And we are interspersing this edition with old school Liberian music are all set this morning on the agenda of the Freedom News Archive. We are taking a very short break to be right back with more development. Welcome back. Welcome to Freedom News Archive. We take our first development. During the week, the National Elections Commission released preliminary results of Phase 2 of the biometric voters registration exercise in the remaining 9 political subdivisions of Liberia. The Commission's chairperson, Madam David Edward Brown Lassanan, speaking during a press briefing Thursday of the week in Monrovia, announced that Bond County obtained 227,463, Grand Julia County 64,061, Grand Crew County 42,729, Lofa County 170. That's 177,892, while Maryland County obtained 69,064 registered voters. Madam Brown Lassanan also disclosed that Nima County obtained 308,421 registered voters, the highest. River County obtained 37,912, Riverside County 40,201, and Sano County 56,011 registered voters, resulting to the total number of 1,033,724 registered voters in the 9 counties. Here is Madam David Edward Brown Lassanan there speaking during the week.
The exhibition of the provisional registration roll will begin on 12 June and will end on 17 June 2023. All 2018 registration centers will become exhibition National Elections Commission will be open forms week, but having ended on 11th May 2023, the biometric voter registration in Phase 2 of the 9 counties. The following are preliminary results. Bond County, 237,463 registered. Grand Julia County, 64,061 registered. Grand Crew County, 42,729 registered. Lofa County, 177,892 registered. Maryland County, 69,034 registered. Nimba County, 308,421 registered. River G County, 37,912 registered. River 6 County, 40,201 registered. And Sino County, 56,011 registered, making it a total of registration or registrants 1,033,720.
The NEC chairperson also stated that the final preliminary results of the 15 counties of Liberia will be released prior to the exhibition of the preliminary roll, and it is this total preliminary results that will be exhibited at the 2088 exhibition centers in the 15 counties. She added that the purpose of the exhibition is to provide registrants the opportunity to reaffirm their registration details and request corrections where necessary. Here is the NEC chairperson for the second time.
Registration roll will begin on 12 June and will end on 17 June 2023. All 2080 registration centers will become exhibition centers and will be opened from 8 in the morning, 5 p.m. daily. The purpose of the exhibition is to give registrants the opportunity to reaffirm their registration details and request corrections where necessary. Registrants appearing at the exhibition centers will be informed about the next procedure regarding their entries. The exhibition process is also intended for Liberians to vet a provisional roll and, where necessary, object with proof to persons they believe are ineligible to be on the voters' roll. The Commission extends thanks and appreciation to all Liberians, the Ministry of Justice and Security apparatus, and our partners, national, regional, and international, temporary and permanent staff of the National Elections Commission, for their enthusiastic participation and assistance in the conduct of the biometric voter registration in Liberia.
During the week, a Liberian based in the United States of America donated an ambulance worth US $21,000 to an organization named and star Kapao Secure Liberia. Kapao Secure Liberia is a joint of the Union of Joint Security with the aim of buttressing national government's effort in fighting and eliminating crimes across the country. Addressing some of the institution's needs, Ambassador Obadiah Topo, a Liberian based in the U.S., donated an ambulance to the organization to respond to emergency cases during its night patrol. Speaking to the station via telephone from the United States, Ambassador Topo said his decision was triggered by the many health challenges citizens are faced with in the country.
I actually came in rescue of that because I once upon a time listened to that show, and then I hear a guy who cried bitterly about his wife needed an ambulance, and then she had to be rushed to a hospital, and there was no ambulance. At that point, he ended up losing his wife, and also about the ambulance because once upon a time in Liberia, my mom got sick from asthma, and there was nobody to help her reach to the hospital. So I know how it takes like when your loved one are in a dire need of rescue, especially mobile to be reached to the nearby hospital or clinic, and there's no mobile. So that's what I came in contact with Kapao and donated that ambulance to enable them lessen the burden and also help the Liberian people access healthcare facility as soon as possible when they are sick at night, especially at night. It's very difficult at night when they are sick to get ambulance or to seek health facility or to find mobile moving at night in Liberia. Actually, this ambulance it was on bid. I saw this ambulance it was like around 100,000. So they put it out there for bid, and we were bidding. We were like 7 person are bidding for the ambulance. So I've been the higher bidder, so I won the bidding, and I took that's how I bought it. It was actually worth 100,000. So like the first bidder pool of 15,000, the second pool 17, and then the Apple 21,000. So other people fall below, so that I won the building, and that's how I bought it for to the 1,000. And we all everybody to come together, join together, then make like.
That's the voice of Ambassador Topo there from the U.S. speaking with our reporter.
Government lawyers during the week took fight to the Supreme Court with a petition for a writ of prohibition surrounding the just ended US $100 million United States dollars cocaine case at the criminal court C. Solicitor General Counsel Yancy Twines made 19 applications to the presiding judge, Justice in Chambers, according to our judicial correspondent, is seeking to overturn Criminal Code C resident Judge Blamodexin's order to return over 200,000 United States dollars to Malam Konton and others. Konto and others were acquitted on May 18 by the trial jurors of Criminal Code C on allegation of transporting 100 million United States dollars cocaine in Liberia. Councillor Twan's petition revealed that the actual amount seized by the state securities from the defendants during their arrest was 113,000 United States dollars, contrary to Judge Damo Dixon's May 18 order. As a result of Councillor Twan's application, Associate Justice Yami Wese has cited all parties for legal conference this Wednesday. Uh, mm, that that's this Wednesday of the week in his chamber before making any decision regarding the matter. Our judicial correspondent said since trial jurors acquitted the four defendants on all their accounts in connection to the 100 million United States dollars of cocaine case, government lawyers have been troubled by their decision that is not appealable as provided by law.
National Patriotic Party chairperson Emeritus Chief Cyril Allen during the week frowned on the government for awarding a private company contractor to distribute farming materials to the Ministry of Agriculture sub-office across the country. According to him, the money given to the company to distribute such material should have been used to purchase some pickups that will help enable employees in those counties to move around. Chief Arden revealed that about 75,000 United States dollars is being given by each county company to carry out the distribution of the farming materials across the county.
The government invest more in agriculture, invest more in mechanized agriculture, agriculture extension programs, and try to ensure that we get the local farmers involved and use our natural resources, which is our land. We have swamps all over the country. We have nice area for upland rights and a lot of land. Wherever you see green and grass is growing, it means that food can also grow there. We need to take the initiative as a government, invest more in our national budget in agriculture, and engage the local farmers and international farmers that have technology and the machinery and equipment to assist us in the process. But we have to be committed to it. It's not just talking about agriculture and putting a few $1 million in the budget for agriculture. Should be a priority of any government. Over the past time, Liberian governments have put very little or nothing in agriculture, and we still expect to feed our people. We cannot spend millions of dollars on subsidizing rice when we have a conducive climate here, producing rice, and especially
Chief Sarit Aden is the National Patriotic Party Chairman Emeritus there speaking during the course of the week.
Sweet Kisavalio, Nafaku Eloya, sweet Kisavalio, Nafaku Elon. You take it from Peter today, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, Mama. Sweet, living is sweet, oh, where the rich or poor. Why not pray for long fellow? You can pray for long life. As long as they live, you know, the better we grow. Power if I know. It can make you heavy. It's just like a brook, you know. They pay to capsize. Sweet, kiss our liver. Not for go along. You want big and eat it. Or a picture can eat it. Kiss our liver. Kiss our liver. Oh, sweet kiss our liver. Not for go along. You take it from Peter today, or Paul will take it from you tomorrow, Mama. You take it from Mary today, or Mother will take it from you tomorrow. Papa, Papa, may your fever. But people do to you, you have to cry. After not for one person, oh, it's a matter of time. After it's a lesson, yeah, brother, this I had. Sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone, Mama. Human being can eat it, oh, the deer can eat it. Go our liver. Sweet is our liver, not for go alone. Human beings can eat it, or a creature eat it too. Sweet, living is sweet, oh, where the rich or poor. Why not pray for long fellow? They can pray for long life. As long as they living, the better we grow. You take it from Mary today, oh, Mary will take it from you tomorrow, Mama. Hey. You take it from Peter today, oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow. My power is my own. It can make you heavy. Looking like a crook, you know, a way to capsize. Kesavalio, Kesawalia, Kesawalia, Mama, no for go alone. When I pray for long fellow, they always pray for long life. As long as they living, the better we grow, my people.
After that short musical break, we are back to this development now. During the week, the government of Liberia described the 1 million draws case as infamous owing to the fact that there was overwhelming evidence presented to the court by the prosecuting team, but the judge decided to hand down a not guilty verdict to the defendants. Addressing the Ministry of Information regular press briefing during the course of the week in Monrovia, Information Minister Lejehu Renin said there are individuals who are deliberately trying to paint the government negative. According to the information minister, perhaps the charge given by the judge to the jury that they should return the 250,000 taken from the defendant should be returned to them has influence by the jury.
This issue of the non-getting verdict announced by criminal court last week on the trial of $100 million drug case favors in favors by. We say it's in favors because these things should not be happening in any country for that. Drug trafficking is an international crime that hurts the world, and Liberia is in the dog job, joining the coalition in that fight to ensure that trafficking is either eradicated, curtailed, or clamped down upon. The joint spirit of our country was able to track and seize containing the dangerous and harmful drug, and also to be able to arrest those who believe that they involved in bringing such dangerous drugs to our shore. The matter was presented to court in keeping with law. All of the various evidence needed to ensure a possible conviction of these individuals were presented to court. And I let's repeat that for the public to understand, because it seemed to us there is a misunderstanding or a deliberate attempt by some individuals to paint the prosecution team of the government back as saying we did not do their work well. But that is not true. The evidence presented in court, as far as the Ministry of Justice and the executive branch of government considered, was compelling, was clear and convincing. The best available witnesses were produced. However, the jury saw that in a different way. And perhaps the charge given by the judge, the sitting judge, Judge Dixon, to the jury, that in return, a not given verdict, 200,000 taken from the defendants would be returned. So perhaps it influenced the impaneled jury. While we want to move on, we are hurt. The country is hurting as a result of this verdict. Whether we like it or not, nobody wins here. The executive, neither the judiciary. We are all losers, and Liberia is hurting.
Meanwhile, Minister Renin said the court should play its part in ensuring that those who are accused of committing what he called heinous crime and brought before them be made to face the full weight of the law. He said Liberia is hurt by the non-guilty verdict handed to the defendants by Judge Blamu Dixon of Criminal Co-Aid, whereas the joint security forces through the executive must be vigilant as the case of the 1 million draws boast and ensuring that they clamp down on those who are trying to use the show of Liberia to traffic drugs.
The courts must do their part in ensuring without fear or favor that those who are brought before them for accused of committing such a crime face the full weight of the law. The security forces themselves, through their executive, must be vigilant, as in the case of the 100 million, in ensuring that they clamp down on those trying to use our shores to traffic drugs to other parts of the world. So it is not just an executive fight; it is a fight for Liberia, a fight for all three branches of our country to come together. So this case, this verdict, is not one of celebration for anyone. We're worried about it. We're concerned. The evidence presented at the trial included a packet of the drug. Somebody argued that, why did they have to burn the drug before the trial? The burning of the drug, it was made clear that samples of the cocaine were being stored for preservation and presentation to the court. And certainly the prosecution team did so to the Ministry of Justice. But it takes a whole $100 million worth of container to let it continue. Expert witnesses confirmed that what was in the packet was indeed harmful drug cocaine that was brought in on that container. But more convincing would that having happened. in the light of all of the things that happened. The phones contain the tracking number of the container and photographs of the boxes of drugs.
Elijah Renan is Liberia Information Minister there speaking on the issue of the infamous 100 million drugs case.
The chairman of the opposition collaborating political parties, Musa Berti, during the week described the former ruling Unity Party as desperate for power, following allegations that the party is affiliating with Spoon FM Chief Executive Officer Stanton Waterspoon. Speaking with Freedom News during the week, the CPP national chairman said the former ruling Unity Party act of association with Witherspoon as the spokesman shows desperation and leadership deficit. According to BDT, Witherspoon is an indicted criminal in the US who is being prosecuted for committing fraud in the healthcare system, adding that by using his platform to propagate the Unity Party agenda is a form of leadership deficit within the party, especially the former vice president. Here is now Musability speaking during the week.
Friendship has value. It has certain principles. So stand on my friend. We have never been close. I've never even, I think I'm sorry, I've seen him once in person, in passing his hand.
When did he realize that? Is it because his platform is being used these days to wage?
I'm using the word friendship to mean an intimate relationship between two people. Okay. So that doesn't mean we didn't have a relationship. We did, as a politician, he as a media owner, we obviously had.
And you were cool. So the question is, when did it go sour? When did it go sour?
It went sour when he became unprofessional. It went sour when he believed that he can be swimming in the sea of crime and falsely accuse other people of crime. I don't accept that. Abu. At the end of the day, that guy has been indicted by the most powerful government in the world. He does not even have the heart to stand on his network to say, let me explain to the people the real story behind this indictment. He does not even have courtesy and that decency. So I know from what I see and the way I see it, all talking here is that we must, as people, not allow people who have foresight and character find our politics. For me, it shows how desperate the Unity Party is. For that man to present himself as speaking for the Unity Party is disgraceful. It's abhorrent. It should not be, or Abu. A party that has been in power for 20 years. You have to have standards. Let other people be funny and foolish. You have to have, because you have a reservoir of people to speak for you. And a man who has been indicted by the United States government, who has not even had the decency to speak to the Liberian people to say, even though you have heard I have indicted, here are the truth, I will be vindicated. Everything that gets said for me is not true. Nothing. He doesn't even think that you the Liberian people. He doesn't even think that also you the party. I mean, that's why I keep telling you the party. Federal Witherspoon has said on that, I believe that the fact that they have been silent on someone who continues to promote them and attack other people and they indict other people and they say nothing. That is a big thing that is only part of the Unity Party and only part of the leaders of the Unity Party.
CPP is expected to select its running mate on May 27, and the individual is from Grand Bassa County. Berete, who was not definite in calling name of the running mate, added that the individual will be loved by the people of Grand Bassa County. Here is Musability here for the second time.
I want to definitively tell the public that it's going to be Charlie Bromsky.
It is not my prerogative to make a definitive statement, but what I can tell you, I'm happy that the vice senator is coming from Grand Bassa County, the home of Liberty Party, and I'm proud of that decision. And I'm also very happy just be patient. You will hear enough very soon.
Please, we can see that there won't be Yombly Kanga launch.
No, definitely not.
Is there any point in time you people with the CPP have conversation with Yombly for that?
Yes, the vast that.
He is the chairman of the opposition collaborating political parties. Musa Beriti is speaking and during the week.
Nima County Senator Prince Johnson during the week accused President George Weah and Vice President Joel Howard Taylor of allegedly orchestrating plans to assassinate him. Speaking to journalists after his Norman worship activities were disrupted by individuals believed to be members of the National Patriotic Party at his church on Sunday, Senator Johnson said he received intelligence from an officer of the Executive Protection Agency about plans being orchestrated by the Weah Taylor government to assassinate him. The Nima County senator who withheld the EPA officer's name recounted that he was recently attacked by members of the Weah's regime around the VOA corridors in Broadville, but said the issue was addressed by after the intervention of members of the opposition.
Hoodlums, hooligans from the MPP, Joava Taylor. From what I heard, one of them say is Joava Taylor who instructed them, along with Koji, to come and disrupt the church, fight us, and warn the people. I am the target. I'll tell you something. Few days ago, I was sitting on my push, and the security came to me to say, I won't call the name, that one EPS was outside wanting to see me urgently. It was about 5 something. I came from session very late, it was Tuesday. And I said, but let him come back tomorrow. Because when I said there's no job, I won't go to the capital. He said, no, I must see you now. So I said, let him come in. He came in. He said, beep all your security. There's a straight order from Joava Taylor, Jefferson Koji, to hit on you, to knock you down. I said, to assassinate me? He said, don't call my name. That's the plan. Beef it up. I said, okay. The last time, I was threatening, and I was on VOA, and that matter was addressed. When the opposition parties got into it, intervened, and I think they drew back. But they still got a plan to carry out. And let me say this to President Weah. When I supported you, I was a holy boy. When I drew down my support, now I'm a war criminal. You want to kill me. If that is your plan, you and Joava Taylor, then I will tell you, you cannot kill me. That will result to a full-scale revenge from my supporters. I want you to know that the same people in Liberia who got a vote, they can vote you out or they can vote you in. I got nothing to do with that. I only got one vote. Why are you sending people after me if it is you? But I know this one is Joava Taylor and Eugene Nangwe, who say he's a strategist. You went to the embassy, peaceful demonstrator, you flogged them, you Jefferson Koji. Akara Gray, you enter the university campus, you beat people. You can't do that nonsense. You see, just like this, you see people surrounding me. But if I should do that, they will say, people, I don't want war. I don't want war. I really don't want any trouble. The fact I'm 70 years old, I mean I'm well protected by God and my support. We really don't want war. All the boys I saw today, how they were singing slogan and all what they were saying, I heard it. They were repeating what Joava said. I'm a warlord, I'm a war criminal. But who is talking to me?
Prince Johnson is Nima County senator and a Liberian predate there, making wide range of allegation of plans by the Weah Taylor government to assassinate him during the course of the week.
The same way you drop me down, somebody will pick me up. Si a lo le que me o, que cola la voz. Mama. See to you to me, somebody will do your part. The same way you drop me down, somebody will pick me up.
And he's Professor Jones Oduopo, I call him the veteran in Liberian music. We now join Stephen Canton to read for us our comment on our live Facebook feed.
Well, so reading the comments from our live Facebook feed is a regular feature. This is a part of the program at which time we recognize the efforts of people who are watching us on via the social media. So beginning with Morgan Man, the person says, I'm watching the news from my residence in Liberia. Okay, thank you for following us, and we'll get Juj One Way says, good morning, guys. I'm following live from Johnsonville. Okay, thank you. Also, we have here Daniel Wallow. Wallow says, good morning, folks. Good morning to my peace loving people of Belayala, Bapolu County. I'm carefully watching live from 9th Street Sinker as a proud son of Belayala, Bapolu County. Okay, so we have here, okay, so Ahmed Peku. Peku says, good morning, Freedom Freedom Family. Peku, after Peku follows by Papi Keita, and he says, good morning, Freedom FN, Freedom CDC Papi Successful Keita from Duporo. So we say many thanks to okay, so Maxwell comes in with this one. He says that Maxwell Yempan, he says, I'm watching. Okay, so thank you. And Mohammed B. Kamara comes in with this one. He says, from Kapao Secu, Liberia, I'm watching you guys live from Broville. Thanks to you guys. Thank also Mohammed. That's Mohammed from Kapao Secu, Liberia. Well, that's all we have.
Hot LBR.com, my people.
And he's the Baza King. Sisa Gata there. With this one called Freedom Fighter. You are in tune to Freedom News Archive.
Exclusive from hotlbr.com.
When they welcome me, they say they were freedom fighter. When they welcome me, they say they were liberator. But when they keep their time, they change their mind. When they keep their time, they change their mind. What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
What kind of people they so?
They are freedom fighters.
You freedom fighter, you raping our women.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children.
They are freedom fighters.
Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
They are freedom fighters.
Ayo, 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 ayo. iya yo yo, ayo ayo, iya yo ayo ayo ayo. Iya yo ayo ayo ayo, iya yo ayo ayo. Oh iya yo yo ayo ayo, iya yo ayo ayo ayo.
During the week, the Liberia National Police revealed that investigation is still ongoing in the late Charlotte Musu's case after several months of being silent in the matter, which raised concerns in the public. Speaking at the Ministry of Information regular press briefing in Monrovia, the Liberia National Police, represented by its 106 Emmanuel Jenkins, disclosed that there have been efforts made by the National Police since it's updated the public on the investigation in the late Charlotte Musu's case. Jenkins, however, disclosed that a forensic examination of samples from individuals who resided in the same house with the late Charlotte has been taken by pathologists for further analysis, after which the final reports in the matter will be released for public consumption. Here is now the 106 speaking during the week.
I'm going to inform you that the Charlotte Musu death case is still ongoing and that the forensic examination of sample data from persons residing in the house where Charlotte Musu died has been obtained by the pathologist and taken out for analysis. And so we're waiting the result to actually come up with our conclusion.
At the same time, Emmanuel Jenkins said the Liberian National Police is currently investigating individuals linked to the disruption of worship carried out at the Christ Chapel of Faith Church of Newmark County. Senator Prince Johnson. Jenkins, however, said Senator Prince Johnson has not formally complained to the NP, that's the LNP, about the incident.
As you may know that on May 21st, Sunday, there was some disturbance at the church operated and led by Senator Prince Johnson, and people wonder what has the police done when this thing has occurred. And people take us differently as though we are some other persons and the put are being regained officers. That's not the case. We are investigating. There were several persons there who behaved disorderly. We have not been able to establish injury of any person or property damage. Public were disturbed, and those that disorderly conduct, 2 persons are now ongoing investigation. We reached out to Senator Johnson for his account. He has refused to write to us his complaints. Rather, he said that the boys who went there are his children. He's a man of God. He's not willing to pursue any matter. I told him that the Council of Churches is concerned about incident. And so they've written us, why it is true we have ventured into our own side of our function, but they have written up to us to conscientize us to speedily investigate and conclude for it to serve as a deterrent for further reoccurrence if there will be. And so we would like for you to reduce that into writing what you just stated. He said, well, he will get in touch with the Council of Churches, then he will get to us subsequently.
He's the Liberia National Police 106 Emmanuel Jenkins there, providing updates on several issues within the public.
During the week, a group on the Barnard, ambassador of Rescue Model for the re-election bid of President George Weah, in collaboration with the Christian community in Broadville, District 17, launched a 2-day sports tournament. Ambassador of Rescue Model for the re-election bid of President George Weah is a registered auxiliary of the Coalition for Democratic Change with over 1,000 membership. Speaking prior to the launch, that's the official opening of the tournament, the organization's chairman, Gabriel Moba, among other things, said the organization move is aimed at bringing together residents of the community as well as supporters of the Coalition for Democratic Change in keeping the momentum and spirit of unity among them as the country builds up for the October 10 elections.
Basically, we try, one of the reasons why we organize this tournament is one, to bring the community together, 2 is to keep the momentum together for the October 10 elections, among partisans and supporters of those that wish to see Ambassador Weah be re-elected as president. The organization have over 1,000 members. We are not just in District 17. We have a membership in District 17, District 15, District 1, District 12, District 2, District 11, and District 15. And we just made measure of District 15. And we hope to reach in other districts with these activities. We have a plan or tournament also for District 15. Right after this, just to keep the spirit of unity and to see.
Also speaking, the organization's operational chair, Pewanda Mamin Chia, said the organization, through the courtesy of Finda Bando, has helped Muslims living in the community with food stuff, among other things, during the just ended holy month of Ramadan. She at the same time expressed belief that with the movements working in the community and other parts of Montserrado County, the re-election of President George Weah is certain come October.
We have 4 blood A, blood B, blood C, and blood B. The population is so huge in Broad Valley, more especially in the Christian community of our side. We have 1, 2 different towns, and all of those who voted for us, we are part and parcel of it. Well, in terms of their extension helping people outside, as you all know, we just got through the Ramadan. During the Ramadan, the organization through the rescue mother Kinabuno were able to share rest more than 150 bags of rest, not only in our community but our surrounding community. And we also gave out 2 cows to the largest mosque here in Blamancy and in our community for which we are part.
Well, that was the voice of the operational chair of that group in District 17. And earlier you listened to the chairperson. They have organized a 2-day tournament. I'm told that tournament will clamors on Sunday of this month. That's this coming Sunday. Gerald, I guess you are aware about that match.
Yeah, I think that tournament is aimed at bringing people from the the districts just mentioned about Kifler, rallying support for the re-election bid of President George Weah.
Okay,
I think President Weah needs to be given that mandate to complete all of the projects that he started undertaking for the public.
So today's development now, the Mansfield University in Hockington, West Virginia, signed a memorandum of understanding with the African Methodist Episcopal Zion University aimed at improving the life and standard of Liberian population during the week. Mansfield University is a public research university in Hockington, West Virginia, founded in 1837 and is named after John Marshall, the 4th Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court. Making a brief remark on behalf of the Marshall University, the chairman and professor of the Department of Public Health, Dr. Anthony Ward, said the memorandum of understanding is part of the university's global initiative with AMEZU to engage in research activities that are carried on in both universities.
So this program is an effort on the part of Marshall University, specifically the College of Health Profession and the Department of Public Health. This is part of our global initiative. That global initiative that we have specifically for Liberia has 2 elements. One of the elements is to establish a memorandum of understanding with this institution, AME Zion University, to engage in partnerships that include research activities that are carried on by both scholars in both universities, Marshall University and Zion University. Also, part of that partnership is to do students exchange, where students from the Department of Public Health can come here and engage in global health studies. The health conditions in West Virginia are similar to that you have here in Liberia. For example, people of color in West Virginia, meaning Black people.
Meanwhile, the newly elected president of the African Methodist Episcopal Zion University, Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Johnson, described the MOU as a new beginning for the students and faculty of the institution.
This is a very new day for Zion. It's a new day for the children of Zion, the people of the Republic of Liberia, because as president-elect, I will be taking over on June 1st, and just on the eve of my ascendancy to this office, practically a new memorandum is signed. And a part of my vision for the university, I have a rebranding process, and they just tie into that process. So it's like they are showered the bride coming out for the marriage. This partnership is timely, and not only timely, but it's very significant in the life of our program. As part of my program at the university is to do research, and the partnership also tied to research. As part of my vision is also to do a faculty exchange and student exchange, and this tie into it. So it's just an excellent opportunity that we have, even though it was established 3 years ago, but due to COVID and other things, it started at a time. But the Bible said there is a time, the season for everything. And whatever God destined will surely come to pass. Obviously, based on our commitment, and not only commitment, but we're going to practicalize it. You heard that the world talk about the garbage collection, and we are a church-related run institution. You know, it's religiously said, cleanliness is next to what? Godliness. So we need to beautify our city and our environment and our community. And we need to get our education in a way that our people will understand how to keep the city clean. We want to encourage all Liberians to realize that we have a greater opportunity. We have the paradigm to shift this nation for the better.
With that development, this is how we come to the end of this morning edition of the Freedom News Archive. But before we go, the top stories we've been following this morning. During the week, the National Elections Commission released preliminary results of phase 2 of the biometric voters registration exercise in the remaining 9 political subdivisions of Liberia.
During the week, a Liberian based in the United States of America donated an ambulance worth US $21,000 to an organization named and Star Kapau Secure Liberia.
Government lawyers are during the week fight to the Supreme Court with a petition for a writ of prohibition surrounding the just ended US $100 million cocaine case at Criminal Court C. We'd like to say many thanks to our correspondent, reporters, contributors, and all who help in making our news a success. On behalf of the entire team here at the Freedom Communications Incorporated, we've been your presenter Gerald Morris
and Stephen Compton,
bidding you a goodbye from Monrovia.